Listen to
They
this.
observe say they don't drop batch A, batch B, and batch C list of gay for Nigeria. You see poor man name there. You see, I say nothing really they poor man waste. Also low. So they observe say they don't drop batch A, batch B, and batch C list of gay for Nigeria. You see poor man name there. You see, I say nothing really they poor man waste.
Okay. Now, I just want to talk about this thing with you guys. A lot of you guys that are critical thinkers, we agree with me. There's a strategy. And this morning I submitted an article on my website, and I believe that it's worth reading. If you have a time, just go and read it a little bit. But I'm going to go and just recap it a little bit for you in this segment that I want to do right now. If you notice recently, the only conversation or the opinions that matter in the country is that of very dark man. And I've been insisting that I don't want to talk against this guy because I believe he's a distraction to a lot of stuff that is going on in Nigeria. But every day I'm being forced to talk about him because I believe there's something cynical working against the people of Nigeria, which they don't even know. The economy of that country is basically at a bare minimum. The people are going through it. There's suffering, there's hunger. I mean, when I mean serious hunger, there's no policy that is basically affecting poor people in that country. Zero policy. The people are going through it. Hard time, unbelievable, agony. But if you notice, what seems to be the conversation is very dark man, Bobrisky, and who is gay or who is not gay. And I titled my article this morning as I titled the article in a very unique way. I actually called them out. I said, Gistlover, I put this article, I said, Gistlover and VDM are working with the government to influence social media or social conversation at this particular time in Nigeria. Because the government have no defense to all of the anti-people's policy that has been implemented. Now, they tried the Big Brother. That did not really work as it should be. If you notice, the Big Brother has seen the most low-rated in the history of Big Brother in Nigeria this time around. The people are waking up to that. So they got them. So what did they do? They have to quickly rise somebody and begin to use that person to affect the public opinion. The reason I'm saying this is very, very important, and I want you to pay attention to this, what I'm about to say now. And I said it before now. I told you guys that very dark man is working for the government, is working to divert attention. He has a mission. There's a purpose on his life, and that is what they're using him for. And sometimes they condition you in a way where you think you have the power behind you. It will call you in, and then they will not attack you. So they will just use you for what they need to use you for. And what they are using very dark man for at the moment is basically for this. In the case of Gistlover, how many of you know that Gistlover and very dark man, they never agree on anything. They fight a lot. They fight a lot. But currently we seems to be, we can see collaboration between these two. They are collaborating. What are they collaborating on? If you notice recently, the two friends have become best of each other. Very dark man and the Gistlover are talking the same thing. They are anti-gay people. They are listening people that are gay, and very dark man is going after Bobrisky, and the whole conversation is just getting messier and messier. So the most important conversation in the country is not being heard. So what we are hearing is very dark man versus these, very dark man versus Falana, very dark man versus Fax, very dark man versus these, but not very dark man versus the policy of Nigeria. But he's very manipulative and very intelligent. So he come out and make sure that he come like he's coming on the side of the poor people. That he's coming on the side of the poor people. Boom. And the poor people are bingos. They go on the comment section and they have seen a hero. But the agenda is very clear. This is the agenda that Tinubu knows, and that is what he used during the election. These manipulations of public discourse raise significant concern about the intentional distraction. It is an intentional distraction. If you don't understand what very dark man is doing or what Gistlover is doing is an intentional distractions. It's an intentional distraction for what would have been an uprising in the country. It's no longer an uprising. There's somebody influencing it. And you guys don't understand. You guys don't understand. There's somebody influencing this thing, and you guys cannot even foretold. You guys cannot see it. I discovered a very dark man long time ago, and he's a big distraction to a bigger picture. Who is he picking on? The weak. He pick on people that can't fight for themselves. He pick on people that is already hated. Who is he picking on? He pick on Jeremiah Omofofo. He pick on Jeremiah Omofofo. Now he's picking on Bobrisky. He's picking on Portable now. Like we don't have a police in the country anymore. If Portable assault that boy, police should take it out. If I go anywhere and assault anybody, the guy don't even need to make a report. In the UK, if I slap anybody in the public space, the victim do not need to make a report. I will be picked up immediately. So we have got to a place now in our history of our country where one individual just rise up and every report now goes to him. Does that make any sense to you? It doesn't, but you accepted it anyway because you guys are too myopic to look outside the box. When they show you this picture, ask them to turn it around and you will see the real thing. Now, I'm going to go and then summarize what I wrote today on that piece that I presented. I say reflecting, look at the way I attach it. I say reflecting on the election period, Bola Tinubu public appearances were often marked by crypt, puzzling speech. Many observers interpreted this as a sign of frailty, declining health, leading to widespread skepticism about his presidential prospect, basically. During the election, a lot of people are seeing Tinubu. What is he talking about? Because Tinubu was not, his public conduct was basically shamble. But it was strategic. The man understand what Nigerians want to attach themselves into. He blinded them with that. And he went behind the door and hijacked the power that he needed. But when he was doing that, Nigerians were laughing. Just as we are laughing on Bobrisky's case now. We are joyful when he say Bala Bulu. Say Bala Bulu. All of us will be jumping. Ha 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 ha. We're laughing. When he fall down, we are laughing. Who is laughing now? The man was strategic. Tinubu will go and put some speech out that you don't even know what he talks about all day long. The man will avoid interview, and when he finally decides to give one to whoever he want to give it to, he allocate it to somebody else. Deflection. And that's exactly what they're doing. At that time, many of us think this man is not healthy. He can never be president of Nigeria. Yet, beneath the facade lay a calculated strategy by the president now, particularly targeting the northern voters and influencers. He targeting the northerners that are basically saying, no, you cannot have Muslim ticket. Tinubu was targeting them. Tinubu went and selected Muslim ticket. Tinubu in Kaduna, in Kano, he was almost falling. He could not make any coherent speech. Every time he has an opportunity to be on a public platform, he talks basically something you don't even understand. He was falling. I remember his agbada swinging. A lot of us think, no way this man will win. But the man never depended on your vote. He understands the strategies. He blindfolded you. When Tinubu selected Muslim ticket when he selected Shetima. There was a lot of umpire in Nigeria. But Tinubu have a strategy. Tinubu know without that, he wouldn't have a chance of winning the northern vote. Because if Tinubu would have lost 2 northern states, it's over for him. It's over for him. Tinubu knew exactly what he was doing. Now, Tinubu started doing this balablu up and down the country. Tinubu's decision to choose Shetima as his vice president candidate was a master stroke of the political cunning. By cultivating an image of fragility through his seemingly incoherent communication throughout the campaign, Tinubu successfully lured key northern power broker into underestimating him. The expectation was that he wouldn't endure long in office, paving the way for Shetima accession as the president, and a northern president will be back after Buhari. This was an orchestrated public perception created and diversion as a social media platform buzz with debate about his health, leadership, and capability. Critics argue vehemently against the viability of a candidate perceived as so unfit that rumor of his retreat to France circulated, further fueled by avoidance of media interview. Even then, the vice president, Yemi Osibanjo, underestimated the power of this guy and his strategy. Tinubu is a master strategist. Osibanjo misread Tinubu. That is why he put himself out, thinking he can win the primary. He couldn't. So now, as a president, from the very first day Jagaban took over the president, how many of you have heard any of those misspoken words from his mouth again? From the day he was sworn in. As the president led the nation, it is telling that the president is now energetic. There's no more reference to Bala Blue. Bala Blue have vanished from his statement. This reveals a strategic depth of his campaign maneuvers. The fact that entities such as Very Dark Man have a role in shaping public narrative is worrying to me. The fact that somebody, that Very Dark Man, have a role in shaping public conversation in a country as big as Nigeria, it can only be strategic. When the fuel was increased, Very Dark Man was dragging Bobrisky all over the country. Nigeria was not even aware. They wake up in the morning, the fuel has increased to 1,000 something. No protest. The internet that was supposed to be going wide about it were going wide on the situation of Very Dark Man and Bobrisky. Strategic. Attention diverted. And the case keep dragging on. Attention diverted. Then recently you can see this Gistlover bringing some powerful name out. And all the names he's bringing out are the names that Very Dark Man is not in a good book with. So it is all about strategy. Obi Kubana is a gay. Obi Kubana is this. This one is this. This one is that. Don Jazzy is this. Don this. This one is this. Nigerians, the followers of this phenomenon, Very Dark Man, followed suit. We're not having a conversation about the melting down of our economy, the absolute emptiness of leadership in the helm of affairs in Nigeria. We're not talking about that. We are concentrating our attention on what happened to Bobrisky at Sema border, or what happened to Azum Gay. That one anonymous platform will come out and list influential people in Nigeria and call them gays. people that have family, people that have life, people that have win more in life than their forefather can ever achieve. But we keep quiet. We are watching. It is all strategies. So I say the fact that entity such as VDM have a role in shaping public opinion narrative is worrying, as it diverts public gaze from the urgent issue confronting Nigeria. It is disheartening to witness how easily many Nigerians are influenced by emotional narrative rather than focusing on objective fact. As the Tinubu administration navigates this turbulent water, it is becoming essential for citizens to maintain a vigilant and discerning outlook. Without critical engagement, there's a risk of being misled by distraction that prioritize agenda of select few over the broader welfare of Nigeria. I said, in conclusion, why Tinubu administration demonstrates strategic acumen and the broader implication of manipulating social conversation should not be overlooked. It is vital for Nigerians to remain informed and critically engaged to ensure that governance serves the interests of all rather than being swayed by orchestrated distraction, such as Very Dark Man. Take it from me. Very Dark Man and all of his shine again is a smoke face. Take my word to the bank. We have a fundamental problem in this country. And all you guys are thinking about day in, day out is Bobrisky this, Bobrisky that, Bobrisky that. And when you go on the comment section, Very Dark Man is this, Very Dark Man is this. Does that make any sense for you? Nigerians are even reporting police to Very Dark Man. That is how a failed state operates, to the advantage of the few. So voices like us are not always nice to the ears of the gullibles, but we still have options and choices, and that is why we're still speaking out. Shalom.